Hey there, Dun Dolphins. It's Veterans Day, and so here to talk to you a little bit about what that means. So, what is a veteran? Now, on a broad brush, general term, it's easiest to think of a veteran as anybody that has served in the armed forces. Now, that's fine. The technical definition, just so you have it, the technical definition of a veteran is anyone that has served 180 days or more on active duty, anyone that has served at least a day in combat, or for our National Guard reservists that are never called up on active duty, any National Guard or reservists that have served 20 plus years and are honorably discharged. So that's the technical definition, but you just go with anybody who served. I don't think too many people are going to be upset about that. The cool thing about the armed forces, when I talk about the armed forces, that's the Army, Marines, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, etc. There are over 800 jobs in the armed forces. In fact, when I was in basic training years ago, long before y'all were born, in Fort Benning, Georgia, my job was radios. I was a 31 uniform signal system support specialist. I was at Fort Benning for basic, and about half the guys in my platoon were PAs, which is public affairs. And their jobs, when they got finished with all their training, was if they got sent overseas, was to go and interview other military members, interview local folks, and write about it. And so they were writers, right? That was their job in the military. My wife is a medic. And so there's also, there's supply jobs, there's military intelligence, there's just an array of jobs in the military. And really, it's very much just like our country shrunk down with all kinds of different jobs to choose from and go after and learn about and try to do your best with. So there's a whole lot more to being in the military than just shooting a weapon. So that's the broader picture. And then for me personally, what it means to be a veteran is my life is what it is because I'm a veteran. I met my wife Stephanie in Kuwait in 2003, and what happened there, I was overseas with the 223rd Military Police Company here from Louisville, and we weren't supposed to come. We were in Iraq in 2003. We weren't supposed to come home until February 2004, and then our guy Darren died in late September 2003, and they just decided to cut. You know what, these guys and girls have been overseas long enough. Let's get them home, and so they cut 3 months off our deployment, and because they cut the 3 months off, we happened to be in a place called Camp Virginia in Kuwait the same time that Stephanie's unit, which was a 1982nd Forward Surgical Team out of Buffalo, we happened to go through Camp Virginia the same time that they did. And so for me personally, I was 25 at the time, and I knew I wanted to get back stateside and finish up school and come teach, but I really didn't have any plans on trying to get married or anything. And it was at Camp Virginia that I met Steph and got to know Steph, and we became really good friends. And then obviously over the years it became pretty apparent to me I'd be an idiot not to ask her to marry me. So I did, and she said yes. And so we've been married now over 14 years. But I think without the military, I don't know that Mr. Murphy would be married or have his own kids. And so for me, being a veteran, it's not just the military, it's my life. Every day I wake up, it's part of my life. And so for my wife, I think, I'll just speak for her for a moment, always a dangerous thing, but the military for her, she's from a little town called Dunkirk, New York, and she's got a brother, Lance, that's a year older. And for both of them, the military was a place to belong, a place to serve, a way to get, they loved their hometown, but they looked around and realized, we want to go somewhere else. We wanted to try to expand the horizon. So it was a way for them to serve for their country and to just kind of broaden their opportunities. And I think both of them, they've both been in over 20 years. And so for both of them, she and her brother, it's really a place to belong and a place to serve and a place to really be somebody, right? And so that's for us, right? And so I don't want to speak personally for any other veteran because, again, there's 800 plus jobs and there's been millions of people that have served. And just like the real world, there are a lot of different views and religions and opinions in the military. And so, but for me personally, being a veteran means waking up every day to my wife and my daughters, and being grateful for having another day that Darren never got and that so many folks never got. And so that's what that is. And so anyway, you guys, hopefully you learned something. And if you have any questions, just ask me. And I love y'all, and I'm proud of y'all. Go Fins.